Hello everyone, welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. My name is Tony, I go by Rainbow Dude on the internet. And starting out, I like this outfit. This is much better than that, like, beige off-white number we were wearing. Starting out, it looks like there's some quests around here for us to do. Find recipes by exploration or rescue merchants, object where gather.
Segrit told me that he can't let the herbs go for anything less than 8.
Fine. We'll gather our own. Tell Segrit he better hope he doesn't need a salve anytime soon. Look who's back from the dead. Again.
I don't recall meeting you before.
I'd be surprised if you did. You weren't particularly coherent. Someone had to patch you up after you staggered out of making those wear, though. So, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I didn't realize. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you can pay me back by fixing the world. Name's Adan. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker
That's useful.
Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
How are your people holding up?
There's no shortage of work. That's for damn sure.
For a healer, you don't seem particularly nurturing.
I'm not a healer. I'm an alchemist who's forced to play Mother Hen. You want something to burst
wear
into
multiple
flame on
hats.
contact with the air? Done. Gladly. Patching up wounded soldiers is a waste of my time and talents. But there are fewer.
I'm blocking your view of things, so I'm gonna move myself down that way, I think. There we go. Hopefully that's better.
How do I go about having potions made?
Just take a look there and tell me what you'd like. Find a recipe for something better, I can make that too.
And we got a regeneration potion recipe, so we can upgrade potions. We need to have more elf fruit and some dawn lotus. Don't know any tonics. Don't have any grenades. Well, what about...
Let me know if you need anything.
Hello. Oh, hello, Solus.
The chosen of Andraste, the blessed heroes sent to save us all.
Yeah, I'm not a hero, not yet.
I've no interest in being a hero. All I want is to find a way to seal this breach.
Pragmatic, but ultimately irrelevant. I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
What do you mean, ruins and battlefields?
Any building strong enough to
It's easy
withstand
to
the
get
rigors
into
of
with
time
Solus,
has a
you just have
history.
to ask questions.
Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds.
I remember that much.
When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
You fall asleep in the middle of ancient ruins? Isn't that dangerous?
I do set wards. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content to live and let live.
I imagine you find some amazing things in there, alongside all the demons.
Exactly. It is occasionally dangerous, yes. But more often it's just sad to see what has been lost. The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade it for anything. I will stay then. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate mage surrounded by Chantry forces, and unlike you, I do not have a divine mark protecting me. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
Romance.
You came here to help, Solus. I won't let them use that against you.
How would you stop them?
However I had to.
Thank you. But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
Wait, hold on. There's something in OBS that's bothering me. Okay, that's better. Oh, it's a little nug head. Why would you want a stuffed nug head? They're not like fearsome beasts. Anything else I'm talking about?
Closing the breach is our primary goal. But I hope we might also discover what was used to create it. Any artifact of such power is dangerous.
Thing is flowing.
The destruction of the Conclave proves that point.
You don't think whatever created the explosion was
Just ask
destroyed in the
questions.
blast?
Solus loves that shit.
You survived, did you not? The artifact that created the breach is unlike anything seen in this age. I will not believe it destroyed until I see the shattered fragments with my own eyes.
Partner willing to ask questions.
We would do well to try to recover whatever created the breach.
Liliana's people have scoured the area near the blast and found nothing. Whatever the artifact was, it is no longer there. In any case, did you need me for anything?
What do you know about the Fade?
A great deal, from my wanderings. There are few hard facts, but I can share what I have learned.
I'd like to know more about the breach.
Simply put, it is a tear in the veil between this world and the Fade, allowing spirits to enter the world physically. Small tears occur naturally when magic weakens the veil, or when spirits cluster at an area that has seen many deaths. But your mark allows you to exert some control over the breach. That means it was created deliberately.
Yep.
I'd like to know more about the veil.
Like I said, Solus
Circle Mate
loves
is called
this
the
shit.
barrier
He
between
mixes
this
it up.
world and the Fade. But according to my
Whether it's
studies in ancient
attention
elven lore,
or
that is a vast oversimplification.
Feeling
Without
important
it,
because he knows all these
imagine
things.
if spirits entered freely.
Or just genuinely
The
loving
Fade
that
was
you
not a
ask
place
questions
one
of him.
went, but a state of nature like the wind.
It sounds like it would be wonderful.
And dangerous. But yes, a world where imagination defines reality. Where spirits are as common as trees or grass. Instead, spirits are strange and fearful. And the Fade is a terrifying
not wearing
world
shoes,
touched
I just
only by
realized.
mages and
Feet are
dreams.
just out on the
I am
floor.
glad that I'm not alone in seeing the beauty of
That
such a
can't be
world,
comfortable.
along with the obvious peril.
I'd like to know more about demons.
Your Dalish say the demons hate the natural world and seek to bring their chaos and destruction to the living. But such simplistic labels misconstrue their
Well, Meryl
motivations,
said that the
and in
Dalish
so
don't
doing,
really view
do all a
spirits and
great
demons as any
disservice.
different from each other.
Spirits wish to join the living. And a demon
But Meryl probably had a
is
world
that wish gone
view
wrong.
of that.
Is there a way to coexist? To live with them, if not in peace, at least without such active confrontation?
Not in the world we know today. The veil creates a barrier that makes true understanding most unlikely. But the question is a good one, and it matters that you thought to ask.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
And by later, I mean right now, because you
What can I
have
do
more
for you?
things to talk about.
I'd be interested in hearing your opinions on elven culture.
I thought you would be more interested in sharing your opinions of elven culture. You are Dalish, are you not?
Why is he angry about that?
What's your problem with the Dalish? Allergic to Hala?
They are children acting out stories misheard and repeated wrongly 1,000 times.
Oh, but you know the truth, right?
While they pass on stories, mangling details,
Why
I
do they
walk
look
the
so
Fade.
angry at him?
I have seen things they have not.
The Dalish are trying to restore elven history. If you know something new, share it.
Would your clan listen to what I had learned in my studies? My travels? Or would they mock the Flatir and his stories and go back to their ruins? At least you are asking. That is something.
That's you're an
I will answer as
exception,
I
not
can.
the rule type shit.
Is the magic they teach in the circle different from the magic I learned with my people?
No and yes. Magic is magic, just as water is water, but it can be used in different ways. Dalish magic is more practical, not needing chantry approval, although they still frown on blood magic. Superstition. Much of it is more subtle. A legacy from when elves were immortal.
The legends of elven immortality. Did they use magic to increase their lifespan?
No. It was simply part of being elven. The subtle beauty of their magic was the effect, not the cause of their nature. Some spells took years to cast. Echoes would linger for centuries, harmonizing with new magic in an unending symphony. It must have been beautiful.
I can't imagine a spell.
You
taking
said that the
years to
censure
cast.
against blood magic was a superstition?
I did. It's fortunate Cassandra is not within earshot. Most modern cultures forbid blood magic. Publicly, even Tevinter disapproves of it. But as I said, magic is magic. It matters only in how it is used.
I don't think that my character would be very interested in it. I also don't know if we'd go so far as to say it's evil.
To be honest, I don't see it as different from any other magic. It's a means to an end.
Indeed. The problem is that under the Chantry, blood magic is forbidden, so only criminals practice it. While in Tevinter, magisters compete with each other instead of keeping their volatile friends in check.
Two
They always
extremes.
succeed through power, so they have never had the chance to learn another way.
I'd like to know more about the elves from before our time.
The Dalish strive to remember Hallam Shiral. But Hallam Shiral was merely a fumbling attempt to recreate a forgotten land.
Wow.
Arlathan.
Elvanan was the empire, and Arlathan its greatest city. Place of magic and beauty, lost to time.
You've studied ancient elves. What else do you know of Arlathan?
We hear stories of them living in trees, and imagine wooden ramps or Dalish aeravels. Imagine instead spires of crystal twining through the branches, palaces floating among the clouds. Imagine beings who lived forever, for whom magic was as natural as breathing. That is what was lost.
The way that Solus talks about the stuff that was lost is very much how I have. When you watch old documentaries about like gay culture in America before the HIV/AIDS epidemic, like that forlorn sense of grief for things you didn't get to experience because they're gone now.
Are all Dalish elves like my clan?
No. Your clan was unique in having enough interest in human affairs to send you to spy upon the Divine's meeting. As your clans have been separate for so long, they have all changed, adapting
Well, how
to
did
the
you
lands
learn
in
that?
which
Like,
they live.
I wasn't out here
Some
just
are no more
telling
than
everybody
bandits.
that I'm a spy.
Others trade freely with humans, and some have disappeared entirely into the forests.
What can you tell me about elves living in human cities?
The culture in alienages or among the slaves of Tevinter is like any of the impoverished and powerless. They cling to memories of a better
Why do you have such
past,
an angry face?
and practice a few rituals to distinguish themselves from humans.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
You had one more thing to talk about.
Greetings.
I'd like to know more about you, Solus.
Why?
I respect you.
You're an apostate, yet you risked your freedom to help the Inquisition.
The wisest course of action when framed that way?
I appreciate the work you're doing, Solus. I just wanted to know more about you.
I am sorry. There's so much fear in the air. What would you know of me?
What made you start studying the Fade?
I grew up in a village to the north. There was little to interest a young man, especially one gifted with magic. But as I slept, spirits of the Fade showed me glimpses of wonders I had never imagined. I treasured my dreams. Being awake, out of the Fade, became troublesome.
Did spirits try to tempt you?
No more than brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it. I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits, and how to interact safely with the rest. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
I gather you didn't spend your entire life dreaming.
No. Eventually, I was unable to find new areas in the Fade.
Why?
Two reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Unless I traveled, I would never find anything. Second, the Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. To find interesting areas, one must be interesting.
Is this why you joined the Inquisition?
I joined the Inquisition because we were all in terrible danger. If our enemies destroy the world, I would have nowhere to lay my head while dreaming of the fate.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. In truth, I've enjoyed experiencing more of life to find more of the fate.
How so?
You train your will to control magic and withstand possession. Your indomitable focus is an enjoyable side benefit. You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
You like the side benefits?
Indomitable focus?
Presumably. I have yet to see it dominated. I imagine that the sight would be fascinating.
You said you'd traveled to many different places.
This world, or its memory, is reflected in the fade. Dream in ancient ruins, you may see a city lost to history. Some of my fondest memories were found in crumbling cities, long picked dry by treasure seekers, the best of the battlefields. Spirits press so tightly on the veil that you can slip across with but a thought.
Any place in particular?
I dreamt Dostigar. I witnessed the brutality of the Darkspawn and the valor of the Ferelden warriors. I saw Alistair and the hero Ferelden light the signal fire, and Logain's infamous betrayal of Kaelin's forces.
I've heard the stories. It would be interesting to hear what it was really like.
That's just it. In the Fade, I see reflections created by spirits who react to the emotions of the warriors. One moment, I see heroic wardens lighting the fire, and a power-mad villain sneering as he lets King Kaelin fall. The next, I see an army overwhelmed and a veteran commander refusing to let more soldiers die in a lost cause.
And you can't tell which is real?
It is the Fade. They are all real.
Have you always traveled and studied alone?
Not at all. I have built many lasting friendships. Spirits of wisdom, possessed of ancient knowledge, happy to share what they had seen. Spirits of purpose helped me search. Even wisps, curious and playful, would point out treasures I might have missed.
I don't know of any spirits by those names.
They rarely seek this world. When they do, their natures do not often survive exposure to the people they encounter. Wisdom and purpose are too easily twisted to pride and desire.
You're saying that you became friends with pride and desire demons?
Oh, well,
They were
no.
not demons for me.
Meaning?
The Fade reflects the minds of the living. If you expect a spirit of wisdom to be a pride demon, it will adapt. And if your mind is free of corrupting influences, if you understand the nature of the spirit, they can be fast friends.
I'm impressed that you could become friends with spirits.
Anyone who can dream has the potential. Few ever try. My friends comforted me in grief and shared my joy. Yet, because they exist without form, as we understand it, the Chantry declares that spirits are not truly people. Is Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith? Varric by his chest hair and not his wit?
Varric is definitely very much defined by his chest hair.
You have an interesting way of looking at the world, Souls.
I try. And that isn't quite an answer.
I look forward to helping you make new friends.
That should be... well,
That isn't quite an answer either. We'll talk later.
goodbye.
Alright, so that took up a lot of time, but a lot of the story is told through dialogue, so hey, that's what we do. Character record. So I did level everyone up off screen. I don't know if there's a way to see their approval or disapproval. I guess not.
All men who work of our Maker's hands, from the lowest slaves to the highest kings.
And you've seen no signs of the Grey Wardens anywhere. You're certain?
Wait, like a stone. Grey Wardens, you said?
We're not paying you to be sarcastic.
I suppose you're right.
Hello.
Can I get you anything?
What can you tell me about this area?
Adan is Haven's apothecary. He's been making potions and tending to the wounded as best he can. Harris is the Inquisition smith. Whatever he can make you, Thren the quartermaster can probably find. And for anything fancier, you can try buying from Segret. His prices aren't too high. Yet. Oh, there's also Minave. She studies beasts and things, as I understand.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
Very good here. Before we talk to Brooke, I want to go up there and see what they've got going on. Because there's a quest up there, I see.
Do you think the mages will be able to seal the breach?
I heard some speak of using the Templars instead.
Oh. I suppose that would work as well.
Master Harry said that without more ore, we won't be able to get blades for the recruits.
Tell Master Harriet that ore doesn't grow on trees.
Yes, Mom. I think he knows, Mom. He talked about how we have to dig it up.
If you're here to clean, Hess can get you a bucket and a broom. Anyone calls you knife here, come to me. Oh, you're her. Thren. Inquisition quartermaster.
They look angry.
I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
How did you end up
How
here?
does someone end up as quartermaster for the Inquisition?
I served for Eldon under Ten Loghain MacTier. Best commanding officer this world has ever seen. After they all turned on him at Denerim, though, there wasn't much use for people who held that opinion. Queen Honora offered my services to the Inquisition. It was a kindness. She knew I supported her father and got me away from the political garbage.
Loghain is a traitor. That's my personal feeling about it. I'm not gonna tell her to her face that though, because she's our quartermaster, and I'd hate that.
Your loyalty to the man you served is admirable, quartermaster.
I think that's probably
Thank
the most
you.
respectful thing I can say.
A lot of people seem to think they know what happened at Ostagar, but I was there. Tern Loghain never betrayed his king. If he'd brought the reinforcements,
No, he
Darkspawn would have just killed everyone. He did what he had to
Can't know
do to
that.
save our country, and we betrayed him. I apologize. Sister Liliana told me I shouldn't talk about this. Just forget it.
Blah blah blah.
What did you mean when you mentioned requisitions?
I'm making this Inquisition run with what we have, but we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials, so I've put up a requisition list for anything that could help our people. Here, take a look. You find some iron and a good logging site. Maybe Harriet can get our troops better weapons.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
Do I need to ask
Can
her
I
about
help
the
you with
special
something?
orders?
If I have material for a special order, do I bring it to you?
Just take it over there. One of my boys will take the materials or jot down what you found.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
Alright, so we don't have a logging site, but we do have the iron.
If you find anything we need, let me know.
Hey, Varric. Time for 10 minutes of dialogue with you.
Now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
I'm not gonna say it's all bullshit. I think I can keep up with it. Yeah, I'm just glad to be alive.
I'm just glad I'm still standing after all that.
I still can't believe you survived Cassandra. You're lucky you were out cold for most of her frothing rage. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
Why'd you stay?
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
It's pure luck that I escaped.
Good luck or bad? You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky, that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
You got any other dialogue?
Need something?
Ooh, yeah, tell me about Hawk.
I've read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Orsino's fate.
In the
Did
book,
make no
you say
sense.
that first enchanter Orsino turned himself into a giant monster made of corpses. How? Why?
Do I look like an expert on magical weirdness to you? I can't tell you how. Why, all I can say is he was desperate.
Where are the rest of Hawk's associates now?
Meryl decided to look after the elves left homeless by the fighting. She's done a pretty good job of keeping them away from the mages and Templars, so far. I guess she has plenty of practice avoiding stupid human battles with her old Dalish clan. Fenris has kept himself busy, hunting down the Tevinter slavers who came south to prey on the refugees. I'm not sure exactly where he is at the moment. You can usually follow the trail of corpses, though. Isabella went back to the raiders. She's calling herself an admiral now. I don't know if she's actually in charge or just has a really big hat. Might be the same thing, honestly. Sebastian went back to Starkhaven. I'm sure he's boring all sorts of people there. Hawk's little brother was off on some warden business near the Anderfell's border last I knew.
Dialogue is
Aveline is still guard captain. I'm pretty sure Kirkwall would fall into the sea if she quit her job.
Let me see if I can. I don't even know if it's necessarily the dialogue that's slow. I think it might just be the FX.
Need something?
The red lyrium we found at the temple seemed to upset you.
My brother Bartrand and I sort of discovered red lyrium during an expedition in the Deep Roads. We located an ancient thaig, so old it barely looked dwarven. There was this idol there made of it. Bartrand brought it back to the surface, and, well, everything's gone downhill from there.
So what is it? Just another kind of lyrium?
The red stuff is lyrium like a dragon is a lizard. It's not just a different color. It has a whole host of weirdness all its own. I've written to every mining cast house in Orzammar. No one's seen this stuff before or knows where it came from.
What makes it special?
Regular lyrium can mess you up pretty badly, but you have to ingest it for that to happen. Red lyrium messes with your mind when you're just near the stuff. You hear singing, get violent, paranoid, and then it does creepy shit. Makes things float, brings statues to life.
Yep,
I've had a
witnessed
few
that
alchemists
firsthand.
studying it in Kirkwall, in shifts.
Why do you have red lyrium?
My brother kept a sliver when he sold it. I'm pretty sure he held on to it because it was already talking to him. That little shard drove him mad. I had him taken to a sanitarium and eventually found the fragment in his house. We brought the shit to the surface, Bartrand and I. I wanted to find out if there was a way to shut it up. So far, it looks like the answer is no.
If red lyrium is as dangerous as you say, why do you keep it?
I've heard that shit singing to me. I know better than anyone how bad it is. In Orzammar, miners keep regular, non-crazy raw lyrium in special lead-lined containers. Actually, it's a huge secret how they're constructed. Keeps surface folk from horning in on the lyrium trade. I pulled a lot of strings and got a smith to build me 4 of them nested inside each other. Nobody gets to study it up close for more than an hour, and they have to wait a week between shifts.
I think that's enough on red lyrium.
Yeah, not really my favorite subject. Need something?
Personal question.
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
Are you from Ferelden? Orlais?
Free marches, born and raised in Kirkwall. And despite whatever you've heard, no, Kirkwall's not that bad.
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant?
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods. Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
If you run a spy network, why is Liliana our spy master?
To be honest with you, she's just a better spy master. The
That's
truly
that's
great
fair. I
ones
can
can
respect
keep
that.
their distance. They don't get attached to their people. Me, I always wind up babysitting my informants and worrying about their families. We're in better hands with her.
You're an author. What kind of books have you written?
I've tried my hands at a few genres. My crime serials are my most popular. Hard in Hightown, guards breaking the rules to get things done. The Tale of the Champion is the most famous thing I've written, or infamous maybe. I started a romance serial once, Swords and Shields, but to be honest, I don't have a knack for romances.
No, he did start
Most of
writing
my
it.
stories end in tragedy. Probably that says something unfortunate about me personally.
What sort of shops do you own?
Actually, we don't own shops. That was just an example. Mostly we invest in money lenders. Auction houses, a few mercenary companies, a couple of smithies. I think we own half a beet plantation in Ravane somewhere. Most of that's my brother's doing. Bartrand had business sense. Not much tact, but loads of business sense.
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
Where did you get that crossbow? I've never seen one like it.
Bianca, she's one of a kind. I got her off a guy in Darktown. Took me a week to pry his dead fingers off the stock.
But you know the guy who made it.
Who is she named for?
I can't tell you.
And the reason for that is...
Complicated. It's the one story I'll never tell. We just have to leave it at that.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
So we're gonna be looking for primeval red lyrium deposits. Hello.
Good day. Or good as it could be with the sky ripped apart.
Can I see what you have for sale?
Of course. My wares are at the table.
Oh, why
My
can't they just
creator
talk to
judged
you?
me.
I want to sell. Oh, there we go. I think I'm okay selling all this stuff.
Find me well within your grace. Touch me with fire that I may cleanse.
I don't see why we need to build siege equipment. We're not laying siege to anything.
That's an excellent point, Richard. But if someone comes to lay siege to us, perhaps it will be better for us to have some means to fight
Siege
back.
equipment of Thetis. Fire back is the third flight. Kind of a niche. Catapults of fling flaming debris. But the expense didn't justify the limited damage. Splinter forces had similarly constructed siege weapons when attacking the free marches, or defending themselves against the exalted marches. And Canary Black Powder is much more potent than our modern
Sorry,
siege
sir.
weapon. I didn't know you could jump up on this.
When there was no sky maker, you were the sky. When there was no
Master
earth,
Harry said we weren't to sell you.
Anything in here now that I'm awake? No. Special shipments. Oh. golden
If the
nug.
Inquisition wants to field a decent cavalry, it needs better horses. I heard Seeker might try to acquire suitable mounts from Master Dennett in the hinterlands.
Oh,
That didn't seem right. Oh, there we go. I was like,
and who are you
I
to
don't
be
remember
fishing
what
around
any
for
of
what
those
pirates
are.
doing?
Back in
What they
Ansburg,
do.
my uncle.
And what's that mean for you back in Arnsberg?
I don't know what quest I just completed. What did I just do?
About as much as it does here.
Alright, so we got all but one of the thrones. That's it. Oh, they're okay. The upgrades. Or military. Oh, I love that. But I can't make any of it. I don't have cloth.
You need something? Let me know.
And I can make parts, but not the stuff itself.
Another time then.
I see that there's a quest. Speak with the smith.
Expected you'd be by. I'm Harriet, and everyone knows who you are. How's the new gear fit?
Quite well.
Sturdy and warm. It's perfect.
Good. World's gone mad. Stock armor and blades are good against bandits, but we're not fighting bandits. My gear will see you through demons, apostates, whatever this world throws at you. So, you need custom work, something special. You bring the materials to us, we'll make it happen.
Can you help improve my arms and armor?
Yes. You find a new piece, a pauldron or greaves, we'll take care of you. You can't just slap a new hilt on your sword in the field. Bring it here, we'll make sure it's done right and proper.
Does the Inquisition not have supplies to make armor or weapons?
Tough convincing traders to haul up here. Impossible to get them to risk the rare stuff, so that's on you.
How did you come to be here?
Come from a little town called Lothring. Long gone now. I was in
Oh, they never
Redcliffe when the
rebuilt?
Darkspawn hit it during the Blight. Helped rebuild. Left when royalty decided it was time to hand the place over to the bloody mages. Then again, fair's fair. It was one of them that stopped the Blight and all. Ended up here. Just missed the boot. Can't decide if I'm the luckiest son of a bitch walking or the exact opposite.
You're still walking. That's always good.
True enough.
If I want something, what can you make?
Start simple. Something to keep you safe. Take a look at it on the table there and we can talk. You'll need materials. We should have what you want just outside.
Goodbye.
Right.
One thing I am gonna do is respec to get rid of that fire spell, just because I don't need it right now. Because I would rather have energy barrage. Yep. But I did talk to the smith, I thought. Modify passive armor mage. Well. Could make an Inquisitor helm. Oh, I like the hat. Give me that hat. Now I gotta turn on hats. Which was it? I love it. Oh, but I don't like that it gives me a shaved head. Give me a shaved head. Oh, it's not. It's like a leather helmet. Nope. I want to see the hair. Right, now I gotta modify some armor. But I can't modify the armor that I'm currently wearing. Why am I wearing this? Satisfy the quest.
Right.
Get it off the map.
Heaven has been.
Oh, okay.
I knew that.
Well. So we don't get horses until we go deep into the hinterlands. I remember that. And this.
See reason, listen. We cannot stay here.
Why not?
Because we're Templars.
What does that even mean anymore? That we splinter and fight amongst ourselves instead of protecting the mages?
Better that than stay here with this Inquisition.
You're awfully quick to dismiss the people who saved your life, Matrin. Yes?
I like your take on the Templar Order.
It's a shadow of what it was. Where once we both protected all people from the dangers of magic, we now posture and grab at power. One day, I hope the circles are again sanctuaries where mages can practice their craft.
You're not going to rejoin the Order?
When the temple went up, your forces rescued those few of us still alive. My life is a debt I intend to repay, however I can.
Do you have any idea what caused the explosion?
No, I'm just a recruit. Belief and faith doesn't get you closer to the important meetings. Though that distance did save my life.
I will talk to you later.
Walk in the Maker's grace.
Hello, Elfrich. And whatever this is, more iron. Hello? I'm sorry. sorry, I have to. Mexican is really good for crafting, as I recall. Who's up over here? Is it more nugs? It is more nugs. Okay. Mostly I'm out here though because way deep back here is a logging camp. There's a lot of stuff around here.
Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
I think there's a mod that makes the picking up of loot faster. I may need to download that just to save us on time. Keep these notes for later. Iron here. Just more iron. I'm here, might as well take it. Yes, there's a logging camp somewhere over here. I remember it. I remember it being the only thing of note out here. What's that sound? Who is... I feel like I hear a horse. It's a goat! Come back here, goat. Ooh, hello. You seem real hefty. So I'm not gonna mess with you. Where is this logging camp? I thought it was right out here. Oh, that's not good. Ah, no. Get away from me. more fighting Druffalo on my own. That was a lot of Druffalo hiding. I could have sworn there was a logging camp out here. I do need this elf if I'm going to be upgrading potions. Is it really just Struffalo? Why did I think there was a logging camp out here? There it is. I knew I wasn't crazy. I couldn't get the button off in time. Really need more iron right now. Okay. There's nothing on this ice field. I don't remember being able to explore up that way. Anything over here? Nothing really, just a good view of the breach. Anything over here? Looks like we're trying to expand our walls a little bit. Can I actually come up here? Can. Hey, you. Hey, you can come up here. That nug just does not want to die. I won't let him live. Pilgrims seeking to visit the Temple of Sacred Ashes are allowed to ride as far as the bridge known as Penitent's Crossing. Then, whether they be sick or healthy, young or aged, the pilgrims are expected to walk by the temple sisters who supervise the bridge. All but the very sick and old are asked to shed heavy coats as they cross the bridge, allowing the cutting winds to strip the prideful fixation upon this world from the flesh. The bridge is also of significant military value, used especially for these purposes in the years since the Fifth Blight. As a choke point against bandits, rebels, or even Darkspawn stragglers, the bridge serves as a defensible fortification to protect the Temple of Sacred Ashes from threats. Oh geez, I didn't notice the bodies. Sorry. Right. I don't think I can fast travel. So bear with me as we go back. Hello, Nugs. If I remember right, I think Nugs can, like, increases your chances of getting a masterwork item out of the crafting. It's been a long time since I played, y'all. I know I did a playthrough as a rogue because I romanced Iron Bull that playthrough, but then I did a solo vanilla game.
I'm glad there are big, strong men around. With passionate breath does the darkness creep.
That was a weird line. You saw my head whip around.
You dislike the Templar's sister? I know their purpose, but you remember I once ministered in a circle chantry. Yes.
Nice work with those supplies. The smiths can use them to fit our troops with better gear. Might not affect you much, but our recruits will have better chances next time some monster flies out of a rift.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
I don't know what power does. There's no more.
Thanks for checking anyway.
Alright. Onwards.
Does it trouble you?
Not anymore.
It stopped spreading, and it doesn't hurt.
We take our victories where we can. What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
Seems like you have an idea.
Clearly you have something in mind.
We do. May I present Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
Big promotion.
Such as they are. We lost many soldiers in the valley, and I fear many more before this is through.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
Anderan Atishan.
You speak Elven.
You've just heard the entirety of it, I'm afraid.
And of course, you
I
know
appreciate
Sister
the effort.
Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
Pleased to meet you all.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
Why does that matter to the mages and the Templars at this point?
Can't you simply ignore them?
If only that were possible. Some are calling you, a Dalish elf, the Herald of Andraste. That frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
Just how am I the Herald of Andraste?
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from growing. They have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you. They believe that was Andraste.
Even if we tried to stop that view from spreading...
Which we have not.
The point is, everyone is talking about you.
It's quite the title, isn't it? How do you feel about that?
They're wrong. Yeah.
I'm no herald of anything, particularly not Andraste.
I'm sure the Chantry would agree.
People are desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign.
But I don't think they
And
need
to
to
others,
attribute
a
that
symbol of
to
everything
religion.
That's gone wrong.
Just let me be a beacon of hope. You don't have to attach the maker to it.
Will the Chantry attack us?
With what? They have only words at their disposal.
And yet, they may bury us with them.
There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far, and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
Why would someone from the Chantry help a declared heretic?
I understand she's a reasonable sort. Perhaps she does not agree with her sisters. You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this
stars
valley,
above.
and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this
That was
all
a
to the
Pokemon
Herald.
reference. So this is the war table, and here's the thing about the war table is that the war table results can be really
Have you had
random.
any trouble
So
with
give me a moment so I can
Not
just
at
get
all.
my phone to
I will
work out
inform you if that
result. I did all that for nothing. Okay, so you spend power to do certain things. So we're killing both mages and Templars while trying to gain their support? That didn't make any sense, Harding. Hang on a moment. Oh, now there's missions. Okay. Sorry, a friend and I are talking about Deadpool and Wolverine. Alright, gather coin. Wait, yeah. Okay, literally anyone. So, trading in favors, secrets and selling them, protect caravans. I think merchants.
Let us begin.
Wait, why is it saying 48 minutes? Did that mod not work? To whom it concerns, the tyranny of High Ever wishes to convey our deepest sympathies on the death of Divine Justinia V. The Most Holy was incomparable in her wisdom and dedication to peace, and we had high hopes that her conclave would succeed. We will hold a vigil in High Ever in remembrance, and would cordially invite the Inquisition to attend. I see. Any of these would work. Voices on the wind speak of new power abroad in the world. Inquisition, they whisper, an ancient name restored, a memory rekindled and transformed into a blaze of hope. I hear the whispers and summon the fires of the Inquisition. Here in the depths of beneath the city of chains, countless mysteries hide in shadow in anticipation of the light. Come, the Black Emporium awaits. Xenon the Antiquarian must spend his days composing melodramatic blah blah blah. Particular message was hand-delivered by a cloaked figure at twilight, precisely as the sun disappeared beneath the peaks. Encourage a visit, who knows? And we can go, but we won't right now. A nobleman's concerns. We want Cullen for this. Your Inquisition says it's for order against chaos, reason, and darkness. If you stand by this, come forth and drive the heretics from my lands. They claim to be refugees, but I have seen elves and apostates among them, filthy savages tearing at our roots. Our monarch refuses to send forth armies, and my own knights were decimated at the conclave. I require your aid to return peace to my lands. Praise the light, Lord Kildarn of Ferelden. Prefer they help the refugees, not this Lord Kildarn. You take advantage of his raving, win his favor. Send a polite refusal and nothing more. Nope, I agree with...
All right.
I agree with Cullen. Hard in Hightown 3. Ruffles, I need a favor. Actually, let's call it a loan since I'll pay it back. I got a letter from my editor in Kirkwall. She tells me that Hard in Hightown 3, the repunching, appeared from an Antivan printer a couple weeks ago. I'll give you a moment to contemplate the horror that is that title. I had my contacts in the Merchants Guild look for the author a couple years back. The best they could find out after spending a couple hundred gold is that Pyrrol Balinforth is a pen name. I could have told them that for free. You've got contacts with the Antivan print houses. Maybe you could find out more than the guild. I'm almost certain we need Josephine for this. Actually, either Josephine or Liliana will do it.
Let's see what we have.
those are all that. There's one mission in Orlais. Cassandra disapproved of something. Who knows what. World travel. When not in a dungeon, we can press M to go to the map.
There was no word for heaven or for earth.
Researcher Minave wishes to verify that the infections have decreased in number.
Nope, that's not Minave's room.
Rang out the first word, and his.
Oh, hello.
The Inquisition cannot remain, Ambassador, if you can't prove it was founded on Justinian's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked her life to slow the magic of the breach. Mistress Lavelan, this is the Marquis d'Aurelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House d'Aurelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denerim, has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend this use to Divine Justinia.
Bullshit from the game.
She was a woman of supreme merit. I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
Her advisors founded it.
Interesting, considering the Inquisition was begun by the left and right hands of the Divine.
I've seen no written records from Sister Liliana or Seeker Pentacus that Justinia approved the Inquisition.
If you won't take her at her word, I'm afraid Seeker Pentagast must challenge him to a duel.
What?
It is a matter of honor among the Navarrans. Shall I arrange the bout for tonight?
No. Perhaps my reaction to the Inquisition's presence was somewhat
Did he
hasty.
need cauldrons for his suit? I think it would look better.
We
with
face
the
a dark
cauldrons
time,
on.
Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
Do the Durelians actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite their Ferelden relations, the Durelions are Orlesian. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
I'm so pleased the Marquis isn't tossing us out into the cold.
His Grace is only the first of many dignitaries we must contend with.
You expect more people in Haven?
Undoubtedly. And each visitor will spread the story of the Inquisition after they depart. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
May I ask what brought you to work for the Inquisition?
Sister Liliana approached me. We've been acquainted for quite some time. For better or worse, being the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
What sort of dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva to Orlais. The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere. Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through reputation.
The Inquisition is lucky to have you as an advocate, Lady Montilier.
Thank you.
Oh, my
Let us
hands
hope
cut
so.
through the
Thedas's
skirt of the
politics have
armor.
become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
Thank you. You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. It's odd to see them accepting a mage as their hero.
I agree.
Especially a Dalish elf. One look at your face and it's clear you were never part of a circle. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it. Please tell me if you find something. You've brought back some fascinating things. We're putting them to good use.
You said you were a mage.
No, just an apprentice. Circle mages must prove themselves in a ritual called the Harrowing. I was never very good at magic. I've got just enough talent to be a danger to other people. But when the mages rebelled, people like me had nowhere to go. The Templars would have killed us. Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in, along with the Tranquil I was protecting.
You said that you were keeping some of the Tranquils safe?
Yes. The mages took some of them when my circle rebelled, but the rest were forgotten. Most circle mages look down on the Tranquil, or try to pretend they don't exist. They don't have any emotions. They can barely take care of themselves, can't defend themselves at all. It's a shame. I like them better than most people.
I'm glad they have someone who cares about them.
They deserve better. They're polite, they're rational, and they'll never get angry at you. When they study, they have a focus no normal person could ever match. But the Templars, even some of the mages, mistreated them just because they could. The Tranquil never fought back. If not for that, I don't know. Doesn't really matter now.
I'm surprised that even an apprentice mage wouldn't join the rebellion.
I don't like using magic to fight. I'm not good at it either. I like studying.
That's fair.
I like performing rituals that helped us unlock the secrets of the Veil. I liked having the Templars around to keep us safe.
You might have done well among the Dalish. Our mages are encouraged to study safely.
Fenrir will take the Dalish. Don't let my lack of Valisleen fool you, Lethleen. I was a proud member of my clan until my magic manifested. You know what happens when they have too many mages. They gave me a pack and sent me into the woods to find my own life. I was 7 years old.
Jeez.
I'm so sorry.
I stumbled into a village, starving and cold, a few weeks later. I started using magic to scare predators away. The villagers saw me make fire in my fist. They were terrified and wanted to kill me. Templars saved me from them. They gave me food and clothes and took me to the Circle. I've seen what life is like without the Templars, and I want no part of it. I just want to study.
I'll speak with you later.
Thank you again for what you've brought back.
There is a quest here. Summon War Council. I want to check and see if there's any more requisitions available before we go to the hinterlands. Sometimes this stuff updates. Nope. Liliana's here though.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just. Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood? To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing? You speak for Andraste, no?
No.
What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
How is this a game?
Do you see the sky? What about the temple ruins? The bones lying in the dust? Even if you didn't support the Divine's peace, you wouldn't call this right. Who could? So many innocent lives. The faithful murdered where the holiest of holies once stood. If the Maker willed this, what is it if not a game or a cruel joke?
I speak for no one but myself, and I have no answers for you.
You probably don't even worship the Maker. Lucky. He asks a lot. The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths.
Like
Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
I'm sorry. Her death has clearly hit you hard.
Not just me. All of us. She was the Divine. She led the faithful. She was their heart.
If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
Maybe you have another purpose. I could help you find it.
No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come. To work, then. We will speak later.
Oh, man. That's a rough way to see Liliana after the naive visionary in the first game and the hard-ass spy in the second. Do we have enough to upgrade or change up? Oh, we got all the potions. Tears of the Dead. What does that do? You're a potion. Yes.
If you're not using them later, Segrit is willing to pay.
Potion. Oh, I'm not gonna have. Need Dawn Lotus. I don't have Dawn Lotus. Unfortunate. Okay. Well, I gotta go check on my cornbread and eat. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll come back.
One God.
Alright, I'm back.
And he is our Maker.
We got a lot to do now. Keep those notes for later. But the only thing really to do is go to...
wanting to know when you might be able to. There was no word for heaven or for earth, for sea or
Did I not
for
already
mountain,
do that?
child, and I shall embrace you. In my arms lies
I'm pretty sure I already did that. I'm not gonna worry about it.
There was no word for heaven or for earth, for sea or sky. All that existed.
Oh good, my war table mission's wrapped up. That's nice. We got some money. I'm meant to understand you are in charge of soldiers trampling on my lawns, providing food and refuge to scrabble of filth burrowing in my land. A plague on you, sir, for spitting in the face of an honest petitioner, for taking advantage of my distress. Did my wretched neighbor, band trapped, whisper in your ear? Tell me what he paid you so that I may at least know the price of treachery, sir. My only consolation is that a few of the rank and file have gone to join your farce of an Inquisition. Yeah, we got some influence. We already did that. We got an Amulet of Power. Author friend is a mystery. Trailer coin led from Antigua to Venture, the Free Marches, and Orlais. Someone hid their tracks well, but not well enough. Your writer is in Kirkwall. And remember, you owe me a favor. Alright. Now, the one that's really important is contacting Clan Llewellyn. Because if you fuck it up, they die. And I don't want that. Oh shit, my phone just died. How did my phone die? I was on like 40%. Well, that's annoying. Hang on a moment. Stand by. So basically, we want anyone but Cullen. take Liliana there.
Let's see what we have.
And then, as I recall, there was a mission in Orlais. Investigate Seralt. We would have to do Josephine. And I can't look it up on my phone. I think we want Josephine for this.
Let us begin.
I love her tarot card. Okay. Let's actually do something today. Let's go into the hinterlands. We got 3 people. So those are the 3 we're gonna take. I keep grabbing my phone like like I'm gonna be able to do something on it, and I cannot.
Herald of Andraste. I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. It's odd for a Dalish elf to care what happens to anyone else, but you'll get no backtalk here. That's a promise. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. Well, all of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh.
Pleased to meet you.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
We should get to business. The situation's pretty dire. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
So we gotta establish some forward camps. We don't have any more of those. Could equip potions if we wanted. These are just areas we can rest. Hello. Oh, you're the requisition officer.
Dispatch for you.
What is it?
You may want to look into this.
Puzzle box. Okay, so we're supposed to go down that way. But as you can see, the hinterlands is... Well, you can't really see it. Hinterlands is massive. Honestly, we're gonna spend multiple episodes here, probably. But I suppose we will follow along for a bit. There is a point of interest there. Hello, what are you?
One down!
Didn't even get any crafting equipment for that. Oh, that tree is floating. I thought about downloading a mod that stops the fog of war from being an issue. Mana surge? What does mana surge do again? I didn't take mana surge. Weird. There is a treasure map. Enemies this way? Hello.
Apostates! The apostates have fled to the hills.
Did they? We
Fine
kind of
work
killed
out
them.
there. Killing those vultures.
People will think twice before...
I remember these. I liked them, but I know people complained about them. Hello. The fools in Redcliffe play the good mage as they always do. We know the truth. This world is ours to conquer, and every worthless peasant who threw a stone, every Templar who glared in disappointment at our harrowing, deserves to know it. Follow the trail to the Witchwood and find your brothers. Regarding your inquiry regarding the so-called Astrariums, it is our considered belief that these are relics from a cult that existed in the pre-Andrastian era of the Tevinter Imperium. Now, what would be considered a cult in a society that worshipped the old gods? An order of magisters who believed in the destruction of the magisterium, the governing body of the Imperium that determines which mages are and are not given the magister title. The members of this order wish to return to an earlier period where dreamers ruled, and evidence suggests that they operated throughout Tevinter, though primarily in the frontier areas. There they would lock away their secrets, caches of treasure, and perhaps even secret meeting places, though we have no way of knowing for certain, unlockable through only knowledge of ancient astronomy, a practice that was, we understand, rather out of fashion in the late Tevinter period. According to our investigations, each of the Astrariums could point to a secret cache if one knew the 3 constellations that map to each device present at the site. Connect the Dwomers in the correct configuration and it would be revealed. Many of these relics were sought out by Andrastian cultists in the early Divine Age, the Order of Fiery Promise in particular, and destroyed. Why? Because they believed the Astrariums held together the Veil, and that destroying them would destroy the Veil and thus the world. Such is the way of cults of any kind that the true reason for what they could do, Such is the way of cults of any kind that the true reasons for what they do could never truly be understood by modern minds. I don't think I need to do this, but I kind of want to. And they're kind of easy. Judex is oft called the Sword of Mercy in common parlance. Modern meaning and use as a symbol by the Templar Order. The interpretation is frowned upon in scholarly circles.
Weird.
Where does this lead?
And then it highlights the others on the map. Oh, there's more fighting over there. Where are you? There's no fighting in my hinterlands. Why are you doing the things that you're doing? Did I level everyone else up? I don't think so. Swap weapons? I cannot. That is highly unfortunate.
Fighting between the mages and the Templars has cost too many innocent lives.
Oh, there comes the Varn skull. Let's see here. Leaping shot, first blood. I think shaving shots would probably be best. Cassandra can level up. Yeah, I think I want to get this base stuff before we move into like Solus. I mean, Frost Mastery is just good to have, honestly. So we'll make our way over to Frost Mastery at some point. Oh, I see that rift off in the distance. Is there anything over here that we can do in the meantime? I mean, there is a camp here. Okay, we're going in the right direction. Not really. Oh, I remember that. Okay. Let's go try to do that Fade Rift, and that's probably where we'll end for today. Unless I am way under leveled for that Rift. There's stuff here. Hello? Who are you?
Excuse me, have you seen another Inquisition scout? Elven woman, answers to writs.
I have not.
You said your friend hasn't reported back?
Well, she was supposed to be checking on some apostates. I'm on duty here, or I'd go look for her.
I'll talk to you later.
Well, I guess we're gonna be looking for that person. And trying to close that rift. Hopefully we're not under leveled for it. Although we're only level 4. And have 2 spells. get a good look at the mark. Got a power. Hello.
Templar bastards killed my husband and stole the ring from his finger. They deserve to die.
You're saying the Templars attacked your husband?
Aye. He was digging out a stump. The fools couldn't tell a shovel from a mage's staff. Had to be safe, they said. Rebels everywhere attacking by surprise, sick bastards. They took the ring I gave him on our wedding day in case it was magic.
That's crazy. I will cover this ring for you. What is over here?
Some time since the Renegade Templars faced a mage of any talent.
Cassandra, what are you doing? Oh, she's fighting that goat that I tried to kill earlier. Huh, is she getting beat up by that goat?
I have heard that your books are very popular, Master Tethras.
I do all right.
I am glad of it.
Really? No sarcasm? No superior attitude?
We live in a dark and angry time, Child of the Stone. So much of what people believe has come crashing down.
Where did Cassandra
If you bring them a little peace with the worlds you make between the pages, you have done more than most.
Oh my gosh, really? I don't want to go over there yet. That seems like a bad time.
What's with the skull?
Don't know, right?
The skull illuminates certain objects in the distance. I am not familiar with such magic.
Sure.
Of course, it had to be a skull that lights up creepy shit.
So, if I remember right, these are supposed to be the skulls of tranquil mages. Oh, there's another rift. Yeah, if you dispel magic, it limits the number of demons that come out. That's spell yet. Can you not do damage to me in a single hit? Stop it. Why am I not able to move? Get me out of here. Okay, great. I don't care about Varric. Right now I'm hurt. While they're fighting it. But that was not the favorite associated with the quest that we were working on. Now, don't I have an amulet I can wear? Yes, but not until level 10. We didn't just level up, did we? I feel like that is a decent spot to end, so what I'll do is I'll go back, I'll rest at camp, and then
that tower is
back
impressive,
to here.
even as a ruin.
Thank you so much
I wonder
for
what
joining me.
dreams it might hold.
Having you around. I hope you're enjoying our intro to Dragon Age Inquisition, and yeah, treat yourself right because you deserve it, and remember that you're loved and that I love you as well. Bye.